You know, we all have our little nighttime habits. Maybe after dinner, you find yourself reaching for a snack while watching your favorite show, or pouring a late-night cup of coffee to finish that book you can't put down. It feels harmless, maybe even comforting, like a well-earned treat after a long day. But what if I told you that some of those seemingly innocent choices could quietly be increasing your risk of stroke? Now, I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to give you something even more powerful: awareness. Because stroke is the 5th leading cause of death in the United States, and many of us don't realize that our evening eating habits can play a bigger role than we think. Especially after retirement, when our routines shift and our metabolism slows, the foods we choose late in the day matter more than ever. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 specific types of foods that can seriously raise your stroke risk when eaten at night. I'll walk you through the science in a simple way, share everyday examples, and give you better choices you can make instead. My goal? To help you stay safe, sleep better, and keep your heart strong, one smart snack at a time. If you find this kind of information helpful, I'd love for you to give this video a like, subscribe to our channel Vibrant Elders, and leave a comment below sharing your own nighttime snack habits. Now, let's talk about why what we eat at night matters more than we think. Number 1. Salty snack foods. Let's start with something that might sound all too familiar: that big, crunchy bag of chips sitting in your pantry. Maybe it's your go-to treat after dinner, or you keep it nearby while catching up on your evening shows. It's easy to think, it's just a few chips, what's the harm? But the truth is, salty snacks like potato chips, pretzels, and even flavored popcorn can quietly do a number on your heart, especially when eaten at night. Here's why. Sodium, the main troublemaker in salty snacks, has a powerful effect on your blood pressure. And blood pressure, as you might already know, plays a huge role in stroke risk. When you eat too much salt, your body tries to hold on to water to dilute it. That extra water increases the volume of blood in your system, which puts more pressure on your blood vessels. Over time, this can damage the walls of your arteries and raise your risk of both heart attacks and strokes. Now, during the day, your body might have a better shot at managing the impact because you're more active. But at night, that's when things get risky. At night, your body is supposed to be winding down. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure naturally dips. That's part of your body's way of healing and recharging. But when you throw in a high-sodium snack, it can interfere with this quiet period. Studies have shown that elevated nighttime blood pressure, also known as non-dipping, is a strong predictor of stroke and cardiovascular events. Your body misses out on the restorative benefits of that lower nighttime pressure, and instead, your heart keeps working overtime while you sleep. Let's take a closer look at those chips. A single serving of potato chips, just 1 ounce, can have over 150 milligrams of sodium. But how often do we eat just 1 serving? It's easy to polish off half the bag without thinking. Before you know it, you've consumed more than half of the recommended daily sodium intake in 1 sitting, and you did it right before bed. And this isn't just about blood pressure. Salty foods can also disrupt your hydration levels. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling parched, or needing to use the bathroom more than once? High sodium intake can cause fluid imbalances that mess with your sleep, leaving you more tired the next day, and more likely to reach for sugar or caffeine to get through it, which only adds to the problem. Now, I know for many of us, those evening snacks feel like a little reward, something to look forward to after dinner, especially when the house is quiet and you're winding down from the day. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up snacking altogether. You just need to be a little smarter about it. Swap those salty chips for a handful of unsalted nuts, some lightly steamed edamame, or even a slice of avocado on whole grain toast. These options still give you that satisfying bite, but without flooding your body with sodium late at night. Think of it this way. Every small change you make is like putting a little money in your health savings account. You may not notice the difference overnight, but over time, your body will thank you. You'll sleep better, feel more rested, and lower your stroke risk, all from changing what's in your evening snack bowl. And hey, you might even find a new favorite along the way. Number 2, sugary desserts. Now let's talk about something that really hits close to home: dessert. I know a lot of us have a sweet tooth, especially after dinner. Maybe it's a scoop of vanilla ice cream while watching the evening news, or a few cookies tucked away for that quiet moment before bed. It feels innocent, even comforting. But here's the thing. Those sugary treats can stir up more trouble in your body at night than you might expect. You see, when we eat sugary foods late in the evening, we're asking our body to do something it's not naturally designed to do at that hour. Manage a blood sugar roller coaster. At night, your metabolism slows down. Your body wants to shift into rest mode to repair cells, calm your heart rate, and lower your blood sugar levels. But when you toss in sugar-laden foods like candy, cakes, or ice cream, your system gets a jolt. It's like waking up a sleeping baby. It doesn't go well. Sugar triggers a spike in your blood glucose, followed quickly by a surge in insulin. That insulin helps pull the sugar into your cells, but when you're not active, like when you're sitting or lying down, your body doesn't use that sugar for energy. Instead, it often gets stored as fat or keeps circulating longer than it should. Over time, this pattern wears down your blood vessels, contributes to inflammation, and raises your risk for serious conditions like diabetes and stroke. Let me paint a picture. You're sitting in your recliner, feeling that cozy after-dinner lull, and you reach for a couple of chocolate chip cookies. Delicious? Absolutely. But within 30 minutes, your blood sugar climbs. Your heart rate picks up slightly. Your pancreas has to work harder to release insulin. And as you lie down to sleep, instead of entering deep rest, your body is busy managing this internal storm. That sugar spike, especially when it becomes a habit, can weaken the integrity of your blood vessels and increase the buildup of plaque, two major factors linked to stroke. What's even trickier is how sugar affects your sleep. High blood sugar levels can interfere with your ability to reach deeper stages of sleep, and when your sleep is disrupted, your body struggles to repair itself. Poor sleep also throws off the hormones that regulate hunger and satiety, meaning you're more likely to crave more sugar the next day. It's a cycle that many of us fall into without even realizing it. And don't be fooled by the light or low-fat desserts out there. Many of them are loaded with hidden sugars or artificial sweeteners that can still have similar effects. Reading labels becomes a form of self-care. If sugar, or anything ending in "-ose", is listed in the first few ingredients, it's best to save it for earlier in the day, not just before bedtime. But again, this isn't about denying yourself joy or taste. It's about protecting your heart and brain, because that sweet little bite at night might be working against your long-term health. Instead, try a small bowl of fresh berries, a piece of dark chocolate, 70% or more, or a few slices of apple with a dab of natural peanut butter. These options satisfy your craving without the sugar spike and are far gentler on your system at night. The truth is, your evening routine can still feel indulgent, even comforting. You just need to choose treats that support your well-being, not secretly sabotage it. That way, you can enjoy your night, rest easy, and wake up with more energy and peace of mind. Number 3. High-fat fast foods. You ever pull into a drive-thru after a long day, thinking, "I deserve a little something tonight"? Maybe it's those golden fries calling your name, or that classic cheeseburger you've loved since your 20s. It feels like a reward, quick, comforting, familiar. And let's be honest, when the grandkids visit or you're coming back from a late event, grabbing a bite on the go seems like the easiest thing in the world. But here's the part we don't usually think about in those moments. What that kind of food does inside your body, especially at night. When everything else is slowing down, your heartbeat, your metabolism, your energy, those heavy, greasy meals are just getting started. And they're not gentle guests. These foods are packed with saturated fats and, in some cases, trans fats, the kind that raise LDL cholesterol, often called the bad kind. When you eat a burger and fries, those fats start circulating in your bloodstream. Over time, they contribute to plaque buildup in your arteries, narrowing the space for blood to flow. It's like slowly squeezing a garden hose. Your heart has to work harder to pump blood through, and that increases your risk of a stroke or heart attack. But what makes nighttime even worse is how your body processes fat when you're winding down. During the day, your body burns calories more efficiently. You're walking, moving, using up energy. At night, your metabolism naturally slows because your body is preparing for rest. That means the fats you consume are more likely to be stored rather than burned. They linger longer in your bloodstream, contributing to inflammation and further damage to your blood vessels. Let's say it's 8:30 p.m. and you grab a drive-thru combo, burger, fries, and a soda. You finish eating around 9. By 10, your body wants to wind down for sleep, but it's now dealing with a heavy load of fat, sodium, and sugar. Your digestive system is still working hard while your heart is pumping more than it should. That late-night indulgence turns your restful hours into a period of overwork for your cardiovascular system. And if you lie down too soon after eating, that can increase your risk for acid reflux, poor quality sleep, and even elevated blood pressure throughout the night. And let's not forget how often fast food is also salty. So now we're layering the dangers, fat plus sodium, both of which raise stroke risk. It's a double whammy. Studies have shown that diets high in saturated fat and sodium are closely linked to increased incidence of stroke, particularly in older adults. Now, I'm not here to say you should never have another burger again. Life's too short for that kind of rigidity. But I am saying, save those heavier meals for earlier in the day when your body has time to digest and recover. At night, think lighter. If you're truly hungry, try a hard-boiled egg with a slice of whole grain toast, or a small bowl of oatmeal topped with walnuts and berries. These options provide healthy fats, fiber, and protein, fuel that supports your heart rather than weighs it down. The goal isn't to live in restriction, but to live in awareness. That burger at 1 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon? Probably just fine. That same burger at 10 p.m. while watching late-night TV? That's where trouble creeps in. So the next time the drive-thru calls your name after sunset, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is this meal helping my body rest or making it work overtime? It's amazing how much power that one moment of mindfulness can hold, especially when your health is on the line. Number 4, highly processed meats. You ever make one of those quick late-night sandwiches, just a few slices of ham, maybe a bit of mustard on white bread, thinking it's lighter than heating up leftovers or ordering takeout? It feels like a simple, no-fuss snack. No frying, no mess. But what's tucked between those slices of bread might be doing more harm than you think. Processed meats, things like deli ham, turkey slices, salami, sausages, are often marketed as convenient, even lean. But the truth hiding inside those neat packages is a cocktail of sodium, nitrates, preservatives, and additives that can quietly chip away at your health. These meats are designed to last longer on the shelf, not to protect your heart. Let's start with sodium. Just 2 slices of deli meat can contain over 500 milligrams of salt. That's about a quarter of your entire recommended daily intake. And many of us don't stop at 2 slices, especially if the sandwich is meant to satisfy a nighttime craving. Sodium, as we talked about earlier, raises your blood pressure by making your body retain water. At night, when your body should be calming down and blood pressure dipping to a resting state, a salty sandwich can spike it right back up. But it's not just the salt. Processed meats contain nitrates and nitrites, chemical preservatives that keep the color pink and the flavor smoky. These compounds, once inside your body, can convert into substances that damage the lining of your blood vessels. They can increase oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are linked to cardiovascular disease. In fact, several large studies have found that regular consumption of processed meats is associated with a significantly higher risk of stroke, especially in older adults. Let me give you a picture. It's late, the house is quiet, and you're feeling a little hungry before bed. You head to the fridge, grab some leftover deli turkey, layer it on a slice of bread, and maybe add a bit of cheese. You think you're making a healthier choice. After all, it's not fried food, right? But that snack may be packing in over 1,000 milligrams of sodium and chemical preservatives your body doesn't need, especially when it's about to go into rest mode. Even sausages, whether breakfast links or smoked varieties, are often full of saturated fat along with sodium and nitrates. That combination of fats and preservatives can stiffen your arteries over time, making it harder for blood to flow smoothly to your brain and increasing the risk of clot formation. That's exactly what can lead to a stroke. Now here's the twist. It's not just fast food joints or gas stations selling these items. Many of us have these meats in our own refrigerators right now. They're easy, familiar, and we've been eating them for years. But as we get older, the impact adds up. What we could get away with at 40 can quietly turn into a serious health issue at 65 or 70. But don't worry, you don't have to give up sandwiches or flavorful bites at night. There are better choices. You might try roasted chicken breast slices from fresh leftovers instead of pre-packaged deli cuts. Or mash up some avocado with a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of pepper on whole grain toast. Even a boiled egg with some fresh tomato on the side can be satisfying and much gentler on your blood vessels. The goal isn't to remove all the fun from your food. It's to take back control, one thoughtful bite at a time. Because once you know what those processed meats are doing behind the scenes, it gets a little easier to reach for something that truly nourishes you. Number 5. High caffeine beverages or energy drinks. It's late in the evening and you're trying to stay alert. Maybe you've got bills to sort through, or you want to finish the last chapter of that mystery novel. So you head to the kitchen and pour yourself another cup of coffee. Just a small one, you think. Or maybe you grab one of those bottled iced coffees from the fridge, the kind that tastes more like dessert. It feels like a little helper, a quiet companion to keep you going just a bit longer. But what many folks don't realize is that caffeine, especially late in the day, can quietly set off a chain reaction in your body that lingers well into the night. And that reaction can do more than just mess with your sleep. It can push your heart and blood vessels into overdrive, increasing your risk for high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, and even stroke. Caffeine is a stimulant. That's what gives you that kick, that jolt of energy. But it also raises your heart rate and blood pressure, even in people who don't normally feel jittery from coffee. For older adults, this effect tends to be more pronounced because our bodies process caffeine more slowly as we age. That means the same cup of coffee that felt fine at noon can hit a lot harder at 8 p.m. Let's say you have a cup of black coffee at 9 o'clock. By midnight, half of that caffeine could still be in your system. And it's not just coffee. We're talking about colas, energy drinks, and even some teas or chocolate-based drinks. These beverages keep your system stimulated, making it harder for your heart and blood pressure to follow their natural nighttime rhythm. You might not feel wide awake, but inside, your body is still humming at high speed. The danger is that these effects often go unnoticed. You might wake up feeling unrest or more anxious than usual without realizing it was last night's caffeine that disrupted your sleep and raised your blood pressure while you slept. Over time, this kind of disruption, night after night, can lead to what doctors call masked hypertension, where blood pressure looks normal during the day but spikes at night. And that's a major risk factor for stroke. And then there's the issue of adrenaline. Caffeine triggers your adrenal glands to release stress hormones, which can cause a short-term spike in blood pressure and increase your heart's workload. That's not what you want when your body should be relaxing and repairing itself for the next day. Especially if you've already got a heart condition or take blood pressure medication. Caffeine at the wrong time can undo the good your medicine is doing. So what's a better choice when you want something warm and comforting before bed? Try switching to a naturally caffeine-free herbal tea, like chamomile, rooibos, or peppermint. These teas not only soothe your system, but may even help lower inflammation and support healthy blood flow. Or, if you really crave something richer, warm milk with a pinch of cinnamon can be surprisingly satisfying and heart-friendly. It all comes down to tuning in, noticing how your body feels after that evening drink, asking, am I setting myself up for rest or for trouble? Because protecting your brain and heart doesn't always require big life changes. Sometimes it's as simple as putting down that second cup of coffee and choosing something that loves you back. So after hearing all that, no salty chips, no sweets, no burgers or deli meats, and not even your evening coffee, you might be wondering, well then, what can I eat at night? And that's a fair question, because let's be honest, sometimes we're just a little hungry before bed, or we want something comforting, something to wind down with. The good news is, you don't have to go to bed with a rumbling stomach or feeling deprived. There are plenty of satisfying options that are not only safe to eat at night, but can actually support your heart and brain health. Let's start simple, a small handful of unsalted nuts. Almonds, walnuts, or pistachios are great choices. They're full of healthy fats. Yes, fats that help your arteries instead of clogging them. And they also contain magnesium, which helps lower blood pressure and promote relaxation. Just be sure not to overdo it. A small handful, maybe a quarter cup, is all you need to feel satisfied. Another favorite? Greek yogurt, plain or lightly sweetened with fresh fruit. It's creamy, gentle on your stomach, and high in protein, which can help keep your blood sugar stable through the night. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon for flavor and a little extra anti-inflammatory power. If dairy doesn't sit well with you, unsweetened coconut or almond yogurt can work just as well. Then there's fruit, fresh, not canned or dried. A few slices of apple with a spoonful of natural peanut butter can be both comforting and surprisingly filling. The fiber in the apple helps regulate digestion, and the healthy fat in the peanut butter slows down sugar absorption, keeping your blood vessels happy and your energy even. Want something warm and soothing? Herbal tea is your best friend here. Chamomile is the classic. It calms the nervous system and may even help lower blood pressure. Peppermint is great for digestion, and rooibos, which is naturally caffeine-free, is rich in antioxidants that support circulation. Drinking something warm tells your body it's time to rest. It's almost like a bedtime ritual in a mug. And here's a sleeper hit: oatmeal. Most people think of it as a breakfast food, but a small bowl of warm oats with sliced banana and a few chopped walnuts can be incredibly calming at night. Oats help increase the production of serotonin, the feel-good chemical that helps you sleep and stabilizes your mood. Plus, they're heart-healthy and gentle on your system. The key with all these options is balance. You want something light, nutrient-rich, and easy to digest, not something that weighs you down or kicks your system into overdrive. No need to count every calorie or banish all treats. Just ask yourself, will this help my body rest or make it work harder? Making that one shift from eating out of habit or boredom to eating with purpose can change your evenings entirely. It's not about restriction. It's about choosing foods that love you back, that support your goals and your health, even while you sleep. So next time you head to the kitchen after dinner, reach for something that'll make both your belly and your heart smile. So as we wrap up tonight, let's take a deep breath together. You've just learned how some of the most common late-night snacks, salty chips, sugary desserts, greasy drive-through meals, processed deli meats, and even that extra cup of coffee can quietly raise your stroke risk while you sleep. But you've also seen how small, thoughtful choices can tip the balance back in your favor. And that's really the heart of it. This isn't about giving up every comfort or becoming a food perfectionist. It's about being kind to your future self, protecting your brain, your heart, and your peace of mind, one evening at a time. Because every healthy choice you make adds up, even the ones as simple as what's in your snack bowl at 9 p.m. I hope this gave you some useful ideas and maybe even a little encouragement. If it did, I'd be so grateful if you gave this video a like, subscribe to our channel Vibrant Elders, and left a comment down below. Tell us, what's one nighttime food you're going to swap out? Or do you have a heart-friendly snack tip to share? We're all walking this journey together, learning and growing every step of the way. And the good news? It's never too late to make a change that matters. Sleep well tonight. And remember, your best days are still ahead.